Okay, so this video is one of maybe 10 to 12 that I'm going to create to try to catch you up on your summer class that ends soon. I will be accepting assignments through the 6th of July, so don't think that everything is due right now, but it is due pretty soon. Let me go over some things that I know some people are missing out on, which is it's how to publish files on GitHub. I asked you at the beginning of the semester to go and check to see if you already have a GitHub account. You should either get a new one or try to get a folder to be working with this particular class. I think that since I already have one and it has a dedicated server, I created a new one and I'm working with that one. Should have it saved still here. Yeah, GitHub SU21, summer 21. And when I click on it, it's telling me that I have my username, which I have a web page that if I do my username.github.io, it will open, but I want a new one so that it doesn't interfere with my work. What I mean by that is if I click on my username, it shows me that I have multiple repositories and I have a whole bunch of them, including one that worked with another class. And by that I mean that my username, paco.org, is my username. And if I say that and GitHub and then .io, then I get a website. And this is just a blog that I had going in a long time ago, and it's in GitHub, but that doesn't really help me for my summer class. So I created a new repository, or rather a new directory inside of this repository. And that's what I had saved here. My username /summer21 is the name of the folder, and it takes me to my files. I have already created one file here. There's a README file that tells me that this is where my summer work goes. Very important that I go and check is my settings for this repository, or for this particular folder at least. I'm going to need to sign in. That's why I can't see anything here just yet. I already have my my username and password saved, so now I'm logged in and I see my picture there. If you don't have one, you don't need one. You can add it later. I'm going to click on Settings, check on the left column, and check Pages. Pages then will tell me that I have a website where my pages will be published for this particular folder. They are going to be in my username.github.io /summer21. This is my root folder. So great, that means that if I'm going to right click here and say open link in new tab, and I see the contents of the files there. There's nothing really published there. This is a readme.md file, which is not a markup file. It's not an HTML file. It's a markdown, so it doesn't show me a lot, and that's fine. I can replace this, or rather I can add an index page on top of this, and that'll give me the opportunity to show you how that works. All the assignments that I have, if you have a Unit 1, a Unit 2, etc., they're going to go in their own folders. The main file that says hello world for the web page is real easy to do. I can say add file, create a new file, and since I'm already in summer 21, I'm just going to leave it there, index.html. My first file is just one that says hello world, and I can do that in basic HTML. And one of the requirements for this class is that you know a little bit of HTML. Actually, you know a lot of HTML, which is not a lot to know. HTML is pretty easy. And Web 1 and Web 2, etc., they should have shown you at least how to do a hello world page. And by that I mean I can do a header one that says hello world, exclamation point, and then I'll close that H1 setting, the tag anyway, and then on the next line I can say with a paragraph, this is my page for the summer 2021 ITSE 2402 class. And then I can close the paragraph. And this is it. This is a very basic page. I can zoom in so you can read this a little bit better. Hello world is a header one, then a paragraph that I should close with a lowercase p and a /p. Okay, so Once that's done, I can save this, scroll down to the bottom of the page, find the green button, tell it to commit the new file, and great. So now, if you remember this tab that I opened with my username.github.io/summer21, this is showing me the markdown file. If I reload the page, it shows me now that I have a new file. It's the HTML file that I created, and this is the basic hello world. It's not the first assignment in the page. This one just tells me that I have a GitHub page and I can publish an HTML page and publish my files here. So that was pretty easy. While I'm here, I'm going to scroll into lessons and assignments and go to the Unit 1. Hopefully by now you have already acknowledged that you read the syllabus and that you introduce yourself. Let me get back to this. I don't know what this page was all about. You have created this just by basically copying this and putting in your name, and that's Summer 21 semester, the section is already there, and turn that in. If you have not done this, please do this now. Create a GitHub account. We should have already done this. A lot of you have already done this. If you have not, then please review the contents of this video on 1.2, create a GitHub account, so that you can get to the stage where I am right now, recording this video. Then there's a lot of information that I'd like you to read, and then there's Hello World. So Hello World is pretty easy. I'm going to say click on this introduction to JavaScript to get the story of it, of how it came about. But the directions really on Hello World, if you just click here, there is a script tag. So this script right here, this is a page that's already written out for you. I'm going to select all of that text, right click and copy. I'm going to go back in a new tab to my GitHub of the summer of 21, and I already have a Unit 1 folder created. I have this index.html page that I created some time ago, and all this says right now is Hello World, and that's fine if you did that, but it's not enough. I want to actually get the JavaScript going. Since I already created this file, I can go and edit it by clicking on Edit This File, the pencil icon here. And I'm going to select all of the text in the file by pressing Ctrl A. I'm going to backspace to delete that, and then I'm going to press Ctrl V as in Victor to paste what I just copied. This is the script that will actually pop up a window that says Hello World. You can change this from Hello World to Hello World ! Fine, and then inside of the quote just say this is, and then your name, Francisco's page. And that's fine. Problem here, see that I added the apostrophe. I'm using single quotes here, or rather they use single quotes. I'm going to replace those with double quotes. And that is just something that we need to get used to in scripting and in programming. When to use quotes, double quotes, etc. So now this HTML page, this inside of the Unit 1 folder, inside of the Summer 21 folder, I can scroll down and tell it to commit the changes. And now this is the index page that is in Unit 1. One cool thing that another student from another class that I taught in another high school told me, you know that once you have this created and you see your folder, and you see the folders and the file name, you can actually copy this and go to them. Unfortunately, this is not the case when you have your own folder. I wish that I could just do this. However, this is important information because I already know what my web page is. I can right click and copy that just to save it. I know that the page that I have created is in a certain page. It's in settings, and I just showed you this. Pages, and it's going to be put here in paco.org. That's your username.github.io/summer21. And I think that I had saved that here. Yes, ITSE2402. So that then what I just copied, I can replace everything after the .io/ with what I just copied. Summer 21 Unit 1 index. I'm going to press enter, and here's my first JavaScript code telling me, hello world, this is Francisco page. I just created this. I'll click OK to accept it, and then it's got some stuff that says before the script and after the script. If I right click here, I can view the page source, and here's the script that I added. However, this page was created in GitHub, it was saved in GitHub, and this is where it lives. It lives in my username.github.io/summer21 unit01/index.html. This right here, I'm going to copy that address, and what you can do is then click on 1.3 Hello World, scroll down to Write Submission, and right here, once that window appears, I'm going to press Control V as in Victor. This is what I need. This is the address to the code. I can click Submit and I will get an error, but you should be able to then just send me the code. I'll keep on working on the next assignment just so that you can see how to turn in the assignments for each one of them, and so that I can see the code. If you send me a Word document with the code, I can't really grade that. I need to have this link so that I can go and just copy, paste it, or click on it and then see your code directly on the page. If you have any questions, please email me.